Kawhi Leonard is returning to Toronto Raptors to form a powerful duo with Scottie Barnes. Check it out and subscribe.
He's going back to Toronto. The Los Angeles Clippers are nearing a deal, sending Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-rounders, 1 pick swap, 2 second-rounders, sources tell ESPN. Again, this is according to Shams, a return to Canada for the Raptors champion, the 2-time finals MVP. We had heard rumblings of this one. Big Perk is clapping. You love this?
The Clippers finally got some of their picks back for what they gave up. It said OKC straight. But I love this for the Toronto Raptors.
I love it for Kawhi.
You talk about, I mean, him and Scottie Barnes, those two ready to get their feet hot in the Eastern Conference. And if you're a team outside, if you're one of those teams outside the Knicks, you better start making some moves because this was a powerful move right here. That combo, that duo is going to be right there in the same conversation with Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson.
Hey, guys, I want to get your thoughts, but we're going to go to Shams for some more details. Shams Charania breaking this news just moments ago. How did this deal finally get done? Kawhi going back to Toronto.
Hey, and at the crux of this, Kawhi Leonard had 1 year and $50 million left on his contract, and there was no future for him after this season with the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers failed to give him a contract extension commitment, but multiple other teams out there were pursuing Kawhi Leonard for the last few weeks, were willing to give him an extension, but he only wanted to go to one team and give only one team a contract extension commitment, and that's the Toronto Raptors, going back to the city that he led to the 2019 NBA championship. He led them to their only championship in franchise history, won finals MVP there. And so there was a preference for Kawhi Leonard to stay in Los Angeles, but once it was made clear that there was no future there, he settled on Toronto as his preferred landing spot. And sources told me there were 3 keys to this. One is the familiarity with the Toronto Raptors organization. We know he spent that 1 year there. He made it very clear that he would leave after just 1 season, but that 1 year, Bobby Webster, the executive vice president of basketball operations, made the trade to go get him with Brian Wright, the Spurs GM, back in 2018. The city of Toronto as well, and the ability now to go to the Raptors and contend in the Eastern Conference and to be able to say that I ended my career with the Raptors after playing for the Clippers and the Spurs. So I'm told Kawhi Leonard views this as an opportunity to retire in Toronto.
To come full circle, this seems to be a good deal for everybody. Shams, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the hard work today. All right, breaking news, Fast and Furious here. Shump, what do you think?
I like it. I like Kawhi with Scottie. I think that that gives them perimeter defense like they didn't know they was going to need. I think they also can do a lot more switching. That'll be valuable, and they're in the Eastern Conference. Kawhi Leonard has dealt with the troubles of the Western Conference for a while now, and he understands how tough that is. I think going back to the Eastern Conference, want to give some balance to the NBA, but when you talk about being able to move the needle, it's much easier to do that, especially during the regular season, to get yourself set up for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference than it is the West.
If there's any time to be in the business of betting on, and I hate using those words for the nature of sports right now, Kawhi Leonard, the time is now. I feel like we sleep on that graphic because this was the only second time, I believe, since his tenure in Toronto that he played over 60 games. So he was out there on the floor. He averaged 28 points. Did you guys see how he finished the year? Back to being that dominant type of guy. And so when you look at the landscape of the East, I love the New York Knicks. What they did was impressive, but at times you can say teams helped with the lack of availability or the lack of health, or just teams that are young that haven't figured themselves out. They capitalized at New York in order to get to the NBA Finals and win a championship. I like that there's an opportunity for them to be in the mix, the Toronto Raptors, because they have the core, right? Like of the principles of what needs to be great. The defense, they have the rising young stars, and then you can learn from a guy who is quite simple to plug and play when he's available. And so I feel like people sleep on the fact that Kawhi is actually, he's played his best basketball since that championship. Just recently this past
Which is
season.
crazy at this point in his career, right? So we're talking about, you know, some of these guys with experience going to teams, making a difference. How should we view Toronto now?
This is a real balance of power shifting trade. This is the first one. This is the first major transaction that has changed the balance of power. The Heat have the potential to do that, but they aren't yet ready to contend. The Raptors are now ready to contend. The New York Knicks, for the first time since they got done with their parade, are going to sit up a little bit on this one. This changes how the Eastern Conference shakes out. We've been watching the East get weaker for the last week. Jaylen Brown is in limbo. The Charlotte Hornets, not that I thought they were going to win the East, they kind of came down. We haven't seen the Pistons yet fully get their team back together. The Cavs might lose a player or two. This is taking a team that could be a conference finalist next year, total powerhouse, two-way wing player, coming off one of his best years of his career. A lot of talent leaving L.A. today, guys. I also want to point out that this is the Clippers just got done extinguishing their trade assets that they paid for Paul George, which got them. Now they've gotten some assets. The Clippers are in position to have salary cap space. Let's see if they try to open up more and if they try to do something with it. The Clippers are now a power player a little bit.